We should.
Absolutely.
And edit that out. So, all right, so the kettlebell hinge, otherwise known as a deadlift, is a prerequisite for doing kettlebell swings and also a good prerequisite for doing barbell deadlifts or any hinging movement. If you haven't done any type of hinging yet, go back and watch our prerequisite video on this. We have some good drills to help make sure that some of the stuff you're going to be talking about, like neutral spines and things like that, so you make sure that you have that down before you go and try and pick a kettlebell up, because it's all about safety and making sure we don't hurt our back. So what Nathan's going to do is start with the kettlebell. Basically, the handle's even with the arches of his feet right now, and we're going to do another one of these from the side so you can see it. This is different from a squat. So when you squat, we're thinking about maximum ankle bend, maximum knee bend, maximum hip bend. So we're trying to get really big angles out of all these joints. What he's looking at, and you'll see the difference from the side, is trying to keep his shins as vertical as possible, and he's trying to get a really deep crease in the hips, and the knees are just going to bend just enough so he can get down to the bell. He's going to reach down, grab it with his hands, armpits tuck into the back pocket so his lats are engaged. He's going to look up slightly. Weight should be back on the heels. He's going to drive his heels into the floor and stand up tall. Okay? Once he's here, instead of just setting the kettlebell down, as he goes back down, he wants to put it in that same spot. So he's going to kind of like swim it or push the kettlebell back as he goes down, and it's going to touch right down in the same spot. Okay? So he would just do that for a few repetitions here until the set's done, and then he would set the kettlebell safely on the floor. From the side, so you guys can see some of the things that I was looking at from the side here. So starting from the top, hinge the hips back, and if you notice, when he's here, when he tucks his armpits into his back pocket, how his back stays flat. So he's not rounding his back out. And then you can see, again, as he sets it back down, we're swimming the bell back here. We're not setting it down. A lot of times if you think about setting the kettlebell down, you lose that tension through your back, and you wind up rounding your back out, okay? One more step with this we're going to add in is going to be a double kettlebell deadlift. Either way doesn't matter, we'll do both, okay? So what we're going to do is, this is a sumo deadlift with two bells. So we go a little wider with the stance. Same concept applies. This would be a lot heavier lift, so he's going to grab both bells here, weights back on the heels, armpits tucked in the back pocket, stand up tall, and set the kettlebells down by pushing them down and back. Okay, and we'll do one more from the front. We'll scoot over to make sure we're in line with the camera here. So kettlebells are between the feet at the ankles again. Lift here. So this is, again, if you have some heavier bells, this is one that you would want to do with a heavier set of kettlebells. You know, not that doing it with light ones is bad, but it'd be good technique practice, especially for a lighter day. But that's something you definitely would want to use for more of like, you know, a heavy leg day, for example. If you're focusing a little bit more on your lower body, you could do that with a pair of bells, pair of dumbbells, and you can even use that same technique for doing barbell deadlift, which we'll get to in a later video. With that, if you have any questions on those, on the hinge and how to keep a neutral spine like Nathan was doing, go back and check out the prerequisite video on it, because that is a lot more detail than we got into here. And that's basically the kettlebell deadlift, which is the basis for the swing, which is in a later video for more fun later. With that, enjoy.